On this planet, there are very few places where space and time seem to stand still. Mongolia is a vast nation, 3 times the size of France, yet thinly populated. It is home to a population of only slightly more than 3 million people today. Here, the sky is not just the sky, it is known as the eternal blue sky. It is a spiritual entity that protects the children of the vast, open steppes. But let us travel back in time to more than 800 years ago. The world at that time trembled beneath the hooves of horses from this land. Genghis Khan was the man who turned scattered tribes into an unstoppable machine. From the Pacific Ocean to the very gateways of the European continent. The Mongol Empire created the largest contiguous land empire in human history. They reshaped global trade and laid the foundations for the modern world. That greatness remains an eternal source of pride for every Mongolian today. It lives in their blood, in their writing, and in their ancient view of freedom. However, history is never a straight line that only moves in an upward direction. When the horses stopped and the walls of modernity began to rise rapidly, the Mongolian people faced a new kind of invasion from the modern world. It was not an invasion of arrows, but an invasion of currency and urbanization. Welcome to Ulaanbaatar, the painful heart of modern Mongolian daily life. More than half of the national population now resides in this single city. It is a city of extreme paradoxes that will shock any first-time visitor. You can find luxury stores like Louis Vuitton right in the city center. But drive 15 minutes to the outskirts, and you enter the Gear districts. These are sprawling areas where people live in tents without any plumbing. Why do hundreds of thousands of nomads abandon their freedom on the plains? The answer lies in the devastating winters known locally as the Zud. Temperatures drop below -50 degrees, killing millions of livestock. This climate change has turned proud nomads into economic refugees today. They come to the capital with nothing but hope, only to find a harsh reality. The rapid migration has created an overwhelming amount of social pressure. Infrastructure cannot keep up, and unemployment begins to rot the community. In the winter, the air is thick with the black smoke of burning rock coal. People burn anything they can find just to survive the brutal winter cold. From this economic suffocation, social shadows begin to grow very quickly. When hunger silences pride, people are forced to find ways to endure. This is where the darkest colors of society become visible to the naked eye. As the neon lights turn on, a different kind of survival begins at night. Beyond the tourist brochures lies a world of hidden struggles and pain. We must look at these issues not with judgment, but with deep empathy. Because behind every shadow is a human being trying to find a way home. The legacy of the empire is now being tested by the weight of the present. The transition from a nomadic life to an urban one is not just a change of address. It is a profound psychological shock that shatters the traditional family structure. In the open steppes, every single person had a clear role and belonging. In the cold concrete of Ulaanbaatar, that connection is often lost forever. Mongolia possesses vast mineral wealth, including copper, coal, and gold. However, the phenomenon known as the resource curse has taken a heavy toll. Economic growth is concentrated in the hands of a very small elite group. This has created a massive wealth gap that is visible in every street corner. While luxury vehicles glide through the main avenues of the capital city, thousands of families struggle to provide a single meal for their children. The high cost of living in the city makes survival a daily battlefield. Education and healthcare are becoming luxuries that many cannot afford. This economic desperation is the primary driver behind the social issues. Young people from rural areas arrive with dreams of university degrees. But they often find themselves trapped in low-paying manual labor jobs. Or worse, they fall victim to the predatory networks of the underground economy. As the sun sets over the mountains, a different side of Mongolia emerges. The vibrant nightlife of the city masks a much more painful narrative. Foreign media reports have begun to shed light on a disturbing trend. The rise of the adult entertainment industry is a growing national concern. It is a direct consequence of the lack of opportunities for many women. Many are forced into this path, not by choice, but by absolute necessity. They carry the burden of supporting their parents and siblings back home. They trade their dignity for the means to survive another freezing winter. International organizations are working to provide alternatives for these women. But the scale of the problem is vast and deeply rooted in extreme poverty. We must acknowledge that these shadows exist alongside the beauty of the land. To understand the real Mongolia, one must look past the tourist attractions. One must hear the stories of those who are struggling to find their place in a world that is moving faster than their traditions can handle. The spirit of the nomads is still alive, but it is being tested. The vastness of the empire has shrunk into the narrow streets of the city. Every neon light tells a story of ambition, struggle, or silent despair. Tourism can be a force for good if it respects the dignity of the people. By supporting ethical travel, we can help preserve the soul of Mongolia. The journey of this nation is a reflection of our shared human condition. It is a story of resilience in the face of overwhelming modern challenges. As we explore further, we will see the efforts being made to fix this. Because even in the darkest corners, there is always a search for light. The eternal blue sky still watches over the people of the steppes. As the city of Ulaanbaatar transforms into a landscape of neon and glass, a deeply concerning social trend has begun to capture international attention. Investigative journalists from South Korea have been at the forefront of this story. Their reports shed light on a dark side of the city rarely seen by tourists. According to major news outlets such as the Chosun Ilbo and Korea Herald, Mongolia is currently facing a silent crisis within its urban service sectors. In certain districts, the density of karaoke bars and massage parlors is high. Many of these establishments operate as fronts for the adult entertainment industry. This phenomenon is not merely a legal issue, but a profound human tragedy. It is fueled by the crushing weight of poverty and lack of safety nets. For many women, the choice is between destitution or a life in the shadows. They are often lured from the rural steppes with promises of office jobs. But upon arrival in the city, they find themselves trapped in debt. The South Korean reports highlight the existence of specific tour packages. These are marketed to foreign businessmen as cultural or golfing expeditions. However, the reality of these trips involves visits to underground adult venues. This exploitative form of tourism has created a booming black market today. It targets vulnerable young people who are desperate to support their families. The health implications of this unregulated industry are equally devastating. Rates of infectious diseases have seen a sharp increase in the urban center. The government has launched several initiatives to crack down on these businesses. Police raids on karaoke bars and illegal hotels have become more frequent. Yet, the roots of the problem are economic and cannot be solved by force. Social workers argue that without job prospects, the industry will persist. We must also examine the cultural impact of this shift on society. Traditional values of dignity and resilience are being challenged by rapid greed. The pride of the nomad is often replaced by the exhaustion of the worker. It is a heavy price to pay for the promise of a modern lifestyle. Yet, even within this dark narrative, there are stories of incredible strength. Mongolian women are known for being the most educated in the entire region. Many are fighting back against this exploitation by forming local advocacy groups. They are reclaiming their voices and demanding better protection from the state. The international community has a role to play by practicing ethical tourism. Supporting local businesses that empower women is a crucial first step. By choosing to see the truth, we can help break the cycle of silence. Mongolia is more than its struggles and more than its ancient past. It is a nation of people striving for a future that respects their heritage. The transition from a vast empire to a democracy is not without pain. But the resilience of the Mongolian spirit is far from being broken. Even in the harshest winters, the seeds of change are being sown. Local activists are working tirelessly to educate youth about these hidden dangers. They focus on creating safe spaces for those who have escaped the industry. Rehabilitation programs are essential to help victims regain their independence. The road to recovery is long, but every success story is a victory. Many survivors have gone on to lead productive and happy lives elsewhere. They serve as beacons of hope for others still trapped in darkness. The resilience found on the steppes is now found in city streets. The fight for a better Mongolia is being led by its own people. We must listen to their voices and support their efforts for change. True progress is measured by how a society treats its most vulnerable. Mongolia is currently at a critical turning point in its modern history. The decisions made today will shape the lives of future generations. As the sun rises over the horizon of the vast Gobi Desert, there is a renewed sense of purpose among the youth of Ulaanbaatar. They are looking beyond the mineral wealth to find new sustainable paths. Technology and innovation are becoming the new horses of the modern era. Mongolian entrepreneurs are making their mark on the global stage today. They are proving that the nomadic spirit can thrive in any environment. The legacy of Genghis Khan is not just about conquest and territory. It is about the ability to adapt and overcome any obstacle encountered. This same spirit is what will lead Mongolia through its current crisis. The shadows of the city will eventually fade under the morning light. But until then, we must remain aware of the challenges being faced. We must continue to tell the stories that others choose to ignore. By shining a light on the truth, we provide a chance for healing. Healing for the families, for the victims, and for the nation itself. Mongolia is a land of beauty, history, and deep human complexity. It deserves our respect, our curiosity, and our unwavering support today. As we conclude this journey, we carry with us these important lessons. The strength of a nation is found in its people, not its myths. And the future of Mongolia is being written by those who dare. Those who dare to dream of a land free from exploitation. Those who dare to protect the dignity of every single citizen. The eternal blue sky will continue to watch over this great land, guiding the people of Mongolia toward a brighter and more just future. Thank you for joining us on this deep exploration of the steppes. We hope you have gained a new perspective on this unique nation. Please remember to like and subscribe for more stories of our world. Until next time, keep exploring and keep seeking the hidden truth. The journey continues, and the world is waiting to be understood. Our exploration of Mongolia reveals a nation at a complex crossroads. It is a land where the ancient nomadic spirit meets modern struggle. The vastness of its history provides a strong foundation for the future. However, the social issues in Ulaanbaatar cannot be ignored any longer. The reports from South Korean media serve as a necessary wake-up call. They remind us that economic growth must be inclusive and very ethical. Without social justice, the wealth of the mines remains a hollow promise. The women of Mongolia deserve a society that values their true potential. They are the backbone of the nation and the keepers of tradition. Protecting them from exploitation is a duty for all of global humanity. As travelers, we must be conscious of the impact our choices make. We should seek out authentic experiences that support the local communities. By doing so, we contribute to a more sustainable and fair Mongolia. The beauty of the steppes is matched only by the people's resilience. They have survived empires, revolutions, and now, they face global capitalism. The nomadic heart remains unyielding even in the face of great adversity. We leave this land with a deeper understanding of its many layers. Mongolia is a place of profound silence and very loud modern noise. It is a place where the past is always present in daily life. May the eternal blue sky provide clarity and strength to the people as they navigate the challenges of this new and rapidly changing century. The strength of the horse and the wisdom of the elders remain. These are the tools that will build a better tomorrow for all. Thank you for watching our documentary on the hidden side of Mongolia. We hope this story has touched you and encouraged further critical thought. The world is full of complicated stories waiting to be told fairly. Our mission is to bring these narratives to light with total honesty. Please share this video to help raise awareness about these social issues. Your support allows us to continue creating high-quality investigative content. Check the description box for links to ethical organizations in Mongolia. Every small action counts toward a much larger global social change. We look forward to seeing you in our next deep dive video. Explore the world with an open mind and a very compassionate heart. The truth is often found in the places we least expect it. Farewell from the land of the great Khans and modern urban dreams. May your own journeys be filled with discovery and meaningful human connection. Keep seeking the stories that define our shared existence on this earth. The spirit of adventure is what drives us all to learn more. Until we meet again on the next trail of history and culture. Safe travels to everyone, and thank you for being part of this. Moving forward, we must examine the concrete steps being taken for change. The government of Mongolia has recognized the severity of these social wounds. New legislative frameworks are being implemented to protect vulnerable workers in cities. Stricter penalties are now enforced against those who exploit young women today. However, the law alone is not enough to heal a broken society. Education remains the most powerful tool for long-term cultural transformation. Non-governmental organizations are launching vocational training programs across the urban centers. These programs aim to provide practical skills for those arriving from steppes. By teaching technology, craftsmanship, and business management, they create new opportunities that do not require trading one's dignity for basic survival needs. We are seeing a rise in social enterprises led by Mongolian women. They are reclaiming traditional arts like cashmere weaving and nomadic leatherwork. By bringing these products to the global market, they empower local families. This economic independence is the greatest shield against the underground service industry. Furthermore, the digital economy is opening doors that were previously closed tightly. Young Mongolians are now working as remote developers, designers, and digital creators. They can earn a sustainable living while staying connected to their heritage. This digital migration is far more hopeful than the physical one before. It allows the nomadic spirit to travel across borders without leaving home. The internet is becoming the new virtual steppe for the next generation. But we must also address the deep psychological trauma of urbanization. Counseling services and community support groups are slowly becoming more common. Breaking the silence around abuse and exploitation is a difficult national process. It requires courage from the victims and total honesty from the leaders. The stories shared by South Korean investigators have forced a conversation. A conversation that many in power would have preferred to avoid entirely. Transparency is the first step toward any form of meaningful social healing. The international community can support this by demanding transparency in tourism sectors. We must hold travel agencies accountable for the types of tours offered. Ethical travel is not just a trend, it is a moral obligation. When we choose to support local nomads, we help preserve their culture. When we stay in traditional jurs, we provide direct income to families. This direct support prevents the need for migration to the urban slums. It allows children to grow up under the eternal blue sky instead. The future of Mongolia depends on this delicate balance of old and new. It is not about going back to the 13th century life forever. It is about carrying the nomadic values into a 21st century world. Values like hospitality, resilience, and a deep respect for the natural environment. If Mongolia can achieve this, it will become a model for others. A model of how to modernize without losing the national soul completely. The road is long and filled with many significant economic obstacles. But the Mongolian people have faced much greater challenges throughout their history. They have survived the rise and fall of the greatest land empire. They will surely survive the current growing pains of the modern era. The shadows in Ulaanbaatar are dark, but the light is returning slowly. Every day, more people are standing up for a fair Mongolia. Every day, the voice of the youth grows stronger and more clear. They are the true heirs of the great Khans of the past. Their empire will be one of justice, equality, and sustainable human progress. We watch with hope as this ancient nation writes its next chapter. To understand the current crisis, we must look at the cycle of debt. Many families in the Jir districts are trapped in a high-interest trap. Basic survival costs in Ulaanbaatar have risen faster than average national wages. This financial pressure often forces the youngest members to seek quick income. Quick income that is unfortunately found in the most dangerous social sectors. The adult entertainment industry thrives on this specific type of economic desperation. It is a modern form of slavery disguised as a personal choice. However, a new movement is growing among the youth of the capital. Generation Z in Mongolia is more connected to the world than ever before. They use social media to document the true reality of their lives. They are creating content that challenges the old stereotypes of their nation. They speak openly about mental health, gender equality, and social justice issues. This cultural shift is essential for dismantling the systems of exploitation. Education is being redesigned to meet the needs of a global economy. Coding schools and creative hubs are popping up in the middle of Ulaanbaatar. They provide a clear path forward for those who want a different life. A life that honors their ancestors, but embraces the technology of today. We also see the revival of nomadic wisdom in modern ecological science. Mongolian scientists are using ancient herding techniques to fight against desertification. This shows that the past and future can work together very effectively. The struggle for a new identity is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of a nation that is brave enough to evolve. The shadows of the city are being met with the light of innovation. Every young person who chooses a new path is a modern warrior. They are fighting for the soul of Mongolia in the digital age. The transition is painful, but the results will be worth the effort. We must support their vision of a transparent and very fair society. International partnerships should focus on providing real skills and sustainable jobs, not just on extracting the mineral resources from the sacred ground beneath. The true gold of Mongolia is found in the minds of its people. As we look at the horizon, we see a country coming alive. A country that is tired of the old shadows and ready for light. The silent cries of the past are being replaced by active voices. Voices that demand a better future for every single child born here. The eternal blue sky remains the constant witness to this great change. It has seen the empire rise and fall over many long centuries. It now sees a modern democracy trying to find its true balance. The road ahead is not easy, but the direction is finally clear. Mongolia is moving toward a future that is built on total dignity. A future where the vast steppes and the modern cities live together. We invite you to keep following the story as it continues to unfold. The world has much to learn from the resilience of the Mongolians. Their story is a story for all of us in this age. It is a story of hope, pain, and the ultimate triumph of spirit. Thank you for your time and your interest in this important journey. May we all work toward a world where no one is forgotten, and where every nation can find its path to a bright future. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single brave step. Mongolia has taken that step, and it is not looking back anymore. The sunrise over the steppe is a promise of a brand new day.